Always great chatting with my next guest. Mickey Gall is going to be back in action against Mike Malott, UFC 273, April 9th. Mickey, how's it going, man?
Doing great, my brother. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too. And down at Sanford MMA for this camp, tell me how this all came together.
Oh man, Henry Hoof, who's like probably the head honcho at the gym at my last fight, invited me down, and I'd be an idiot not to come check it out. And so I came down thinking, I got a one-way ticket. It was like, I'll keep it open-ended. Maybe I'll do 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, 2 days of training here. And I was like, I can't leave. I'd be doing myself a disservice leaving. Training with it's been the one of the other than my home gym at Grayson, New Jersey, it's been the best environment of any team I've been around. Just such a cohesive unit. Like all the coaches are in cahoots, working together cohesively. The people on the mats, so much talent. I'm going with UFC and Bellator guys, champions every day. ONE FC champions. I just would have been doing a disservice to myself just going back to Jersey and rocking how I had been. And it's hard, I had to leave my family up there and my teammates and, team who's family up there. But I think this is the best move for me and in my career. And, I'm so happy down here. I'm getting to sharpen my metal and test my metal against, some sharp and battle tested guys. And, this is definitely going to be the best version of me. And, for the next, 10 years or so, this is going to be my home.
Love it. I think that's so cool. I did see that on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome to see. You go there because there's so much talent in the gym there, and I know they got the barber shop. Like it's almost like having a PI in there because Sanford, they have so many like resources and other things, and you get the good weather. But we can go on about that for a while.
You really feel like a pro athlete in there with the with the facility, like you're talking about too. Like I'm doing hot tubs and cold tubs and getting treatment and stuff, and just keep my body super sharp. I'm on a great schedule. I don't have enough good things to say. I just have too many, you know what I mean?
Now, because I know you had your barber the last time we did the interview, do you fly him out or do you use this new guy? What's the deal there?
Yeah, I use Zeno. I actually take all the hair off. I'm gonna have to get one more and clean it up before the fight. So I'm cheating on Ali a little bit, but it's all right. We got a out of state little rule like all good relationships have. You know.
Fair enough. Yeah, as long as it's on the Jersey area, then you're good.
If I'm in Jersey, I'm going to see Ali. But if I'm down here, I got to do what I got to do. But no, Zeno's been great, and he, I like what we did. I was like, I took it all off, kind of in the name of evolution and change. You know what I mean? Like shedded some skin, even though it's just hair, but it's kind of symbolic for me to kind of level up. And I really couldn't be happier, couldn't be in a better place going into this fight.
How long has it been now at Sanford? How long has the camp been?
I think I've been here for 6 weeks.
Awesome. Okay, good.
And,
so a lot of
training at home as well. But yeah, so it's I've known about this fight since like January. So I've been able to take my time, do everything right. Weight's great, body's feeling awesome. I'm just sharp, man. Like I'm just sharp. Like I said, like it's just easier. Like it's just easier to I just show up and there's great work, great coaches, great everything. Back home I got to do like put a lot of things together, chase some people to get everything going, and make sure I got like the right people there to get the appropriate work. And here I spend less energy getting kind of a little more bang for my buck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great.
So they tell you you're fighting Mike Malott. How familiar were you with him?
I wasn't familiar with them at all. They sent the name, I accepted, and I went and looked him up. I was like, cool. I saw him. I did actually see one of his fights before. He fought a friend of mine. And he's good. I think he's very like kind of similar to me, where he has good grappling and jiu-jitsu, likes to strike a little bit. And I think that's also cool because the fight's always with yourself. You know what I mean? And this is it's one with with someone similar to me. But I think I'm a few levels up on him everywhere. These regional guys probably watch me on TV and think shit's sweet and think like, oh, I'd be fight, I could beat him, blah blah blah, because they seen me as a a 1-0 fighter and shit. But growing up in this UFC nuclear terranium, it made me a different kind of hard. It made me a different kind of tough, and it made me develop and take my losses on the big stage and level up, and feel that shit and really have to step my game up and do what I do. And so then when these regional guys actually get to feel me and they train with me, they feel the difference. They're mind fucked because they might actually believe that they could have done something to me, but then when they actually feel me, they feel me, and they know it's different. They feel it's a different level. So I think that's going to get shown in the cage April 9th.
Training partners, you mentioned it, just a variety of different guys you get to work with. Is there anyone you're working with a little bit more than others in terms of bodies in the gym?
Well, myself, Ian Gary, and Gilbert Burns are all on this card. So we've all been getting ready together, doing a lot of stuff. I've been working a lot with Jason Jackson, who's
Love Jason. Such a nice guy, huh? Like guys never not smiling.
And such a talent too. Super hard worker. Has like several businesses. Like really impressive dude. Been working a lot with Ungla.
Yep. One championship. Yep.
One FC. He was the champion at 185. He's been great. Working again. Yeah, training partners. I'm working with Logan Storley last week. Working with like so many guys. Too many guys to mention. Like everyone's a freaking stud. There's no easy rounds at Sanford. Like every round is like, you know what I mean? Like how much time you got is how much time it'd take me to list all the guys.
A lot of variety.
Studs on top of studs. It's been great. My buddy Bowdy, Moar, so many guys. Matthew, there's just so many guys who like you might not know about yet, but you will. Just studs on top of studs, and great coaches. This is actually gonna be the first. And it was a real hard decision for me because David Adib is like a second father to me, and this is gonna be the first fight where he's not in my corner. I'm gonna be having all coaches from Sanford. I'm gonna be having Henry Hoof, Nick Lentz, and Jason Strout. And
cool.
Yeah, I got all my bases are covered. I've been working, super like intensely with all these guys, and they've been leveling me up. They've been leveling me up, and we're gonna take that into the cage and get a nice win.
What's it like getting to work with Nick? I interviewed him a lot throughout his career, and then sort of towards the later of his career when he started getting into retirement. But man, just everyone at Sanford raves about his coaching, like just that he's really adapted well to that. Some fighters don't, but for him, it's been a lot of guys I know are requesting to have him in his corner. How much of an asset has he been in camp?
He's been huge. I've been attending like every time Nick's in the gym, I'm attending his classes. I was always a fan of his as like a fighter, like always had like respected him, and as a fan, and seeing him coach was like mind blowing. Like just in the first session, certain concepts he's going over is like just like evolved versions of stuff I've been doing for years and stuff. So I was able to like not only like put names on stuff, but also like just kind of like, and then also just even exposing me to new stuff and just leveling me up here and putting, just so adding so much to my toolbox. I can't say enough good things about Nick, and that's gonna that's kind of like my grappling submissions and stuff guy down here, while Jason and Henry have been working really diligently with me with striking, and I just feel super well rounded, and just I feel, everyone's gonna always tell you they feel great. And
but this is new. This is something, and you're at such a good camp. Like it's nothing against your other gym, but Sanford is like, when you hear of people going to Sanford, you see the improvements. There's so many guys over the last couple of years who've gone there, and you're just seeing the dividends being paid from putting time in. So that's what's exciting about this fight.
And the other thing is, I'm truly happy. I'm happier than I've been in a while, and I think that's because I feel like I'm in the right place.
Yeah,
I'm doing what's right. What's right for me, and I'm just putting myself in the best position, and that's really having my this purpose, and having my purpose, and just having all things just feeling right, and I'm living on the beach. You know what I mean? Like it's beautiful. I wake up, I go home, I smell that ocean air at night. I get up, I see the ocean. I drive 20 minutes or less to the gym, and I'm there with killers, and I freaking love it.
Good. I love to hear it. How's this fight playing out on April 9th? How do you envision it going down?
Man, whichever way I want. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I could hit him a few times, take him down, and pound him. I could, if I could hit him and he could go to sleep. I could defend his wrestling and you know do some bad shit to him. I could defend his strikes and do some bad shit to him. I've been preparing with guys, even like I've been going with guys who are I believe are better than him in all places. Like going with guys like Impa, who I don't think you're gonna find a stronger guy than him.
Mhm.
I've been going with guys who have better jujitsu. I've been and myself, I have better jujitsu, and I I've been my striking's gonna be faster and sharper than my opponents, and this whole gym has a lot of guys who are gonna be faster and sharper. Uh, we're getting some good rounds, some tough Jamaicans down here, man. There's some studs. I'm telling you, just everybody's a stud. Everybody's a stud.
Yeah.
Ong's been helping me a lot. Stroud and Hooft and just everybody, man. I'm really grateful. And Coach Jones brings some good energy, runs some great wrestling practices. My wrestling is gonna be sharp. Like I've been focusing a lot on that for years, and it's I'm just feeling I'm rearing and ready to go, man.
One of the things we always talk about in these interviews, because it always gets brought up, is The Sopranos. Now, have you talked to Jared Gordon? Because Jared Gordon is like a Sopranos super fan, and I just want to know who you think has more knowledge about the TV series.
I don't know. We have talked about it. Uh, I actually just started a podcast.
Oh, did you?
With with this really really funny and smart, like thoughtful guy. His name's Gerard Michaels. He was
Is
on.
this the thing about the Bruce Lee thing that I saw the other day?
Yeah,
Is this the same podcast? Because I know I
yeah.
saw a lot of people giving you crap, but I understand where you're coming from for
Dude,
sure.
only casuals gave me crap.
I
No one
know.
whose opinion you expect disagreed with me.
Yeah.
Only like little casuals who, and that's it's. I'm a, as Gerard said, I'm a full fifth grader bigger than than Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to disrespect the legend. Like I'm a fan of his. I've read his books. I've read his philosophies. And I've done a lot of stuff, and it was just the way it came up very organically. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to clickbait or make noise or really anything.
No.
But he was like, casuals would be like, bro, no one could beat Bruce Lee, right? And I mean, well, shit, he's probably 125 pounds soaking wet. Plus, I'm damn near a foot taller than him. What do you
Yeah.
think that happened? Where did he wrestle? Bruce Lee even said himself, he said, someone with Western boxing and wrestling could defeat me. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah, I know. I think what
I
happened in
know,
this generation we live in is I saw the clip of it and then I saw it blow up and everyone kind of talk about it. But the reality is, like you just said, it was kind of organic. And I mean,
really
the
was.
problem is we can't even discuss these topics because people are always like, I'm right, you're wrong, as opposed to being like, well, maybe Mickey has something here, right? You know?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I can see how some people could take it as like disrespectful the way, because I emphatically was like, I would fuck him up. Like I would do whatever I want to him. You know what I mean? There's a reason there's weight classes and just the evolution of the game. Like, and we'd be silly not to acknowledge it. And he's a forefather and a reason for the evolution of the game. I think he'd be proud and would probably agree himself. You know what I mean? I'm not taking shots. It's just I just think it's kind of basic facts. But yeah, that is the podcast. We call it it's the Mickey Gall and Gerard Michael show. So it's the MGGM, a little palindrome going forward backwards.
Yeah.
MGM show, also known as Slick and Thick.
And you're liking it because it's good. I think it's good for fighters to kind of get their name out there, give their opinions on things other than, obviously doing media, but you're enjoying it though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun. I like talking with Gerard. He was, I became aware of him on like with Patrick Bet David's podcast. He was on that, like doing interviews with like gangsters and like exceptional people and stuff. And we became friends, and we started doing this. And I think it's gonna be big. Like we both, we're both from Jersey. We both have that shorthand, but he's into politics and is a traveling comedian and does like he's a dynamic dude, and so am I, and I think it's gonna be cool.
I love it. That's awesome. And before we go, Will Smith, Chris Rock, I'm sure you saw what happened last night. Fair or foul? I got to get the Mickey Gall opinion on that.
All right. Fair or foul? Both.
Okay.
Both. I mean, shit. He bitch slapped him. which when the intention was to bitch him because he didn't like him talking about his wife. It was funny just because Will was laughing at the joke, and then he saw Jada wasn't happy with it, so then he walks on stage and slaps the shit out of him. It was funny. I think Gerard's. All right, I'm gonna say it. Gerard said this, not me, but he was like, Chris Rock was pissed later in the shower after Will was like, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth. You should be more worried about what she's putting in her mouth."
There we go. But you're not
appearance here. What's up, Joe boy?
What's up? There we go. Mickey, thanks for the time, man. I know you got to get the dog walked and all that. Appreciate it as always. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Thank George boy for being patient. Yeah, man, just everybody, everyone who everyone who knows me in person knows me, knows my heart, knows where I'm at, and I appreciate all the great friends and family and friends that are family that I have, and yeah, that's it.